Kelechi Iheanacho's Celtic future is hanging by a thread, with his contract due to expire in days, and there has still been no word from the club. We have also got Charlie Mulgrew delivering a stark verdict on just how many signings Celtic actually need this summer, a fresh twist in the Maloney and Fotheringham saga that nobody saw coming, and an extraordinary question being raised about whether Martin O'Neill himself could walk away from it all. Let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Kelechi Iheanacho's future remains unresolved just days before Celtic return to Lennoxtown for pre-season, with his current deal due to expire on Tuesday the 30th of June, and still no official update from the club on whether he will be offered fresh terms. That uncertainty comes as Nigerian forward Chinedu Sunday shared an Instagram story showing himself playing football with Iheanacho. Sunday, who is listed with Rivers United in Nigeria, posted the clip only days before Celtic's first group of players are due back for training. It is not unusual for players to keep sharp during the summer, and there is nothing to suggest the clip has any direct bearing on Iheanacho's situation, but the timing will still catch the eye given his contract position. Keltsar here understands Iheanacho wants to remain at Celtic despite recent claims linking him with clubs in Brazil. The 29-year-old finished last season strongly and believes he has done enough to earn a new deal, but Celtic have yet to put an offer on the table. That leaves Martin O'Neill with a decision to make. Celtic are expected to target at least 2 strikers this summer, but letting Iheanacho's deal run down without clarity would leave another gap in a squad already needing work. Thomas Kavankara has returned to Borussia Mönchengladbach after his loan spell, while Dyson Maida's future has also been the subject of transfer noise, making the forward area one of the most important parts of Celtic's summer rebuild. Iheanacho scored important goals during the run-in, including his late penalty against Motherwell, and gave Celtic a reliable option when the pressure was highest. For now, though, he remains in limbo. Celtic returned to training on Friday. His contract is set to expire 4 days later, and there is still no public sign of a decision from the club. Now for the main story, as Charlie Mulgrew has delivered a stark assessment of Celtic's summer rebuild, insisting the club need at least 5 or 6 players capable of making a proper impact before Martin O'Neill can be satisfied with the window. The champions are due back at Lennoxtown on Friday, minus those still involved at the World Cup, but there has still been no rush of new arrivals through the door. O'Neill has plenty to sort. Celtic need clarity around his backroom staff, decisions on players out of contract, and movement in the transfer market before Champions League qualifiers come into view. Speaking on behalf of Boyle Sports, Mulgrew said, there's no doubt about it. For a few seasons now, there's been a striker needed. Dyson Maida stepped up at the end of the season, but we need a striker. Celtic need to bring a striker in, 2, maybe 3, because in the actual squad, I don't know if Kelechi Iheanacho has triggered his contract or his extension yet. That'll be something I would be looking to keep and then bring another couple. That is the biggest issue for Celtic right now. Iheanacho's future remains unclear. Kavankara has returned to Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Maida continues to be spoken about in transfer terms. O'Neill cannot afford to start the serious part of the season short of goals. Mulgrew did not stop at strikers, adding, I think that's what Martin's main thing would be. Obviously, some wingers, you could go through it. There's a lot of positions needed. The left back is away. You need somebody to replace that. The good thing is Cameron Carter-Vickers is back. He'll be back for next season. Hopefully we can keep Alistair Johnston because he's a huge player. But I don't think there's any position, maybe right back, we don't really need a player. I think we can strengthen in all positions. The goalkeeper area as well. There's at least 5 or 6 players that need to come in to really impact the squad. That line will resonate with supporters who have watched another slow start to a transfer window. Left back remains one to watch, with Kieran Tierney still away with Scotland and Marcelo Saraki linked with a possible return. In goal, Viliami Sinisalo ended last season as number 1, but Celtic may still want stronger depth. Mulgrew's message is simple. Good transfer work takes time, but O'Neill does not have much of it left. In other news, just when it looked like Celtic had finally resolved one of the biggest outstanding issues ahead of pre-season, another delay has emerged in the Sean Maloney and Mark Fotheringham saga. Last week, reports suggested agreements had been reached with both coaches to continue as part of Martin O'Neill's staff. It appeared to be a long-running story finally nearing its conclusion. Yet, as players prepare to return to Lennoxtown on Friday, there is still no official confirmation, and now there appears to be a reason why. Journalist Callum McFadden, who initially reported that agreements were effectively in place, has provided a fresh update suggesting the deals are not yet fully completed. What was expected to be a formality remains unresolved, with outstanding details still needing to be finalised before any announcement can be made. That leaves Celtic in an increasingly awkward position. O'Neill was confirmed as manager almost 2 weeks ago. Gavin Strachan has now officially departed for West Bromwich Albion. Pre-season begins in a matter of days. Yet there remains uncertainty surrounding two of the key coaches who played a major role in helping Celtic recover from a difficult position and ultimately secure a league and cup double last season. The timing is what makes this so frustrating for supporters. Had these negotiations been taking place weeks ago, there would have been little concern. Instead, the delays have stretched deep into the summer, and combined with the lack of transfer activity, it has created an impression of a club moving slower than many supporters would like. Nothing in the latest update suggests the agreements are in danger of collapsing just yet, but the fact that formalities remain outstanding this close to the players returning is unlikely to ease concerns among a support already growing restless. Lastly, new Motherwell manager Alfred Johansson has addressed Elijah Just's future amid the ongoing links with Celtic, giving his first public comments on a situation that continues to generate plenty of interest. Just has been one of the standout Premiership players this summer, following a strong season at Fir Park, and his profile has only grown further while away with New Zealand at the World Cup. Seltzer here previously spoke to Just's agent, Gustav Grauers, who confirmed there was genuine interest in the player without naming specific clubs, while making clear the winger's focus was on finishing the season strongly before turning attention to the World Cup. That context makes Johansson's comments worth noting. Motherwell have a new manager in the building, but Just's future remains one of the big questions around Fir Park this summer. Johansson has not yet spoken to Just directly, believing the winger should be left to focus on New Zealand before anything else is discussed. Speaking to the Daily Record, Johansson said, "I haven't. I think it's fair to him to be able to be in America and focus on the national team now. I've focused more on the guys that are actually here and had good talks with them. He's a good player and he's a Motherwell player. I think there's always going to be rumours and links. That is a sensible public line from the new Motherwell boss, who was never going to fuel transfer talk before getting the chance to speak to Just properly. But the wider situation remains one to watch." That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail